visitor to your shore, following a dream I can't ignore. From a distant land you may never know.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, everyone out in YouTube world. This is Natalie. I am your Thursday hostess for Witches of the Moon. I'm not in my usual spaces. You can see I'm out in my garden, so if the camera moves a whole lot, I apologize. It's just I got home and I actually have some time by myself at the house, and I actually just wanted to kind of get out of the house for a little bit and sit outside and enjoy nature and ground myself in this wonderful space. And I'm noticing that something is tearing up my lawn, so either we have hogs that are coming around or I have an armadillo that I need to put out some repellent for. Anyway, this week's topic is dream magic, and I wanted to talk a little bit about dreams themselves and then go into a definition of dream magic and talk about my perspectives of dream magic and what I think it is and what all it entails. Dreams are often a way for your mind to organize events or things that have happened to you throughout the day, throughout time. Some dreams don't mean anything at all. Most dreams have some sort of significance, whether it's just your body is trying to process a lot of information that you've received throughout the day and figure out a situation. I find often that dreams are your body's way of problem solving without you even realizing that it's doing it. However, there are different dreams, what are called high dreams, or lucid dreaming, prophetic dreaming, and the thing is for me, I always dream in color. I've never had a black and white dream, and my dreams are very, very real. I can see, smell, feel, touch, taste everything in a dream. And the odd thing is I've had conversations with people in dreams, and then when I see that person in awake state, I have often tried to pick up the conversation from where it left off. So sometimes, especially when I was younger, it was very difficult for me to tell or remember what was a dream and what wasn't. Now, a lot of people have a hard time remembering their dreams. I do not. I can remember my dreams for hours after I have them, especially if it's a lucid dream or a prophetic dream, which I get quite frequently. I remember those in vivid detail, and again, often I don't even have to journal them. A lot of people do like to keep a dream journal. They like to write down what they dream about each night, and some nights you'll find that you just don't remember what you dreamt about at all. It's my personal opinion that there may have been something that occurred to you in that dream, or something that you shouldn't know yet, or that may be harmful to you at that point in time, and that's the spirit world and your mind's way of kind of protecting you from information you don't really need at this point in time. But that's dreams in and of themselves, lucid dreams, prophetic dreams. I have dreamt of people, places, things that have happened, or people and places I've never seen or been to before, and I can describe them and have described them in detail to my mother, and then we would end up seeing that person or be in that place exactly as I described it, and it used to really freak my mom out, so I quit telling her. A good example too is that shortly after we moved here to the Dallas-Fort Worth area from San Antonio, we were living with my mother-in-law for a time, and I had a dream 3 nights in a row of tornadoes, and I told my husband, I said, we're going to be hit by a tornado, or a tornado is going to hit down soon. And the next day, a tornado touched down in the town that my mother-in-law lives in, and she was watching our children for us at the time. So it really freaked my husband out, and he said, don't tell me about your dreams anymore. So I don't. But those kinds of dreams for me are pretty common. Not everybody has them all the time. Not everybody can tell the difference between a lucid dream and a regular dream. So I decided I was going to do a little bit of research on what is the definition of dream magic, what do other people say about dream magic, before I started launching straight into what it means to me, or how I use it, or what it is. Sorry, I'm kind of watching my neighbor. They're letting their tiny child run out to the mailbox as cars are whizzing by. I absolutely detest my neighbors across the street. Anyway, dream magic. I found a site called witchesbrew.org, and their definition of dream magic was very short. They had a one-page web page about dream magic and spells you can do, things you should do if you want to know certain things. Most of them were associated with love spells, which dream magic might be useful for, but I don't necessarily think that's the only use you have for it. My definition of dream magic, I think, is going to differ a lot from some of you all's definitions, but here's my go on it. Okay, their definition of dream magic was oniromancy, which is the art and practice of divination through dreams, divining information through dreams. Since we did divination last week, I found that definition kind of interesting. For me, dream magic is so much more than that. Yes, you can divine a lot from your dreams. Yes, there are things you can do to help you have lucid dreams and to help you see things through dreams, information that you may need to know in some form or another, and that is one form of dream magic. But to me, dream magic also includes magic that you do when you project yourself into someone else's dreams, and a lot of people are very uncomfortable with doing that. However, I have found this a very effective method for passing information to someone that I don't necessarily want to pass by a means that might be found out by someone else. If there's a secret or some information that may be good or bad in nature that I don't want others to know about, and I don't want to risk calling them on the phone or leaving a message or texting or writing it down or sending it out, I may send that person a message through dream magic that they need to contact me, or I might even just send the information. I have found that a lot of times they get it, and it's pretty trippy. It was really trippy the first couple of times that I did it. As with any form of craft work, when I'm going to be working, doing dream magic, I try to prepare my mind and try to prepare my visualization, because as we know in the craft, visualization is the most important key. So what I will do is I try not to take anything that will artificially induce my sleep, in terms of, like, I don't take NyQuil or sleeping pills or things like that. But I do try to make sure that I'm at a state where I'm pretty tired, because when you are sleepy, that creates an altered state of mind, and that's what you need to achieve, is an altered state of mind. To me, it's very similar to astral projection. And to me, it's, in a way, dream magic can be, some forms of dream magic are a form of astral projection, especially in the case in which you're projecting into someone else's dream. So some people don't like this because they think it's kind of invasive, and it is a bit invasive. And I don't typically ask the person's permission before I do it. That's probably a no-no if you're Wiccan. But again, it's not ever anything that I typically do to cause harm, unless you piss me off, and then I just might send you some dream you really don't want to have. Might make you see me naked. Anyway. Seriously though, I do like to, sorry about that, I was greeting my tiny neighbors that live next door that I do like. They wanted to ask me about my Halloween decorations. I don't know if we're going to put the blow-ups out this year in the yard. We have big blow-ups and lights and decorations that we put out. We usually go all out for Halloween and for Christmas, but or Yule, but this year I don't know, because last year I had a very unpleasant experience with a lady on Halloween that chose to let her children trance across my lawn, and as I'm standing at the door with a long line of kids down the sidewalk and around the corner, and I'm the only one handing out candy, and I'm trying to call out to the kids, please don't walk across the lawn, it tears up the lawn ornaments, she comes and gets in my face and tells me how dare I yell at her children. To which I then told her that if her kids are walking on my lawn and she's letting them, she's the problem, because you just don't let your kids trance on people's lawns. Her response, believe it or not, was, well, you have all these ornaments on your lawn. Well, yeah, you dumb bitch, they're balloons. They have guide wires that you can't see at night, and they're going to trip on them and hurt themselves, and you're going to tear up my balloons, stupid cow. So anyway, a little girl wanted to know about it. Sorry about that. Side view, whoop, right back. Okay, so, yeah, I typically will just use it if I'm needing to pass information, or if I need the person to contact me. I need to get in touch with somebody. I will also use Dream Magic to astral project in a way. So to me, that's where the line kind of melds a little bit, because I will put myself into a very altered state before I sleep. I may fast, and then I will use certain herbs or incense that is known to help induce lucid dreaming, and I'm going to go through a list of herbs that are used in dream pillows and things like that, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I will also ask my spirit guides, show me what I need to know. And this is particularly effective if I'm having a serious problem that I just can't seem to get over, and other forms of divination either aren't producing the result I'm looking for or aren't producing a result at all, which is kind of unusual. But if I'm needing more guidance, more specific kind of information that I can get from using a pendulum or scrying or tarot, then I will ask my spirit guides to provide me information within my dreams to help me better understand the situation or know the direction in which I need to travel. Now, when you do that, your dreams may not necessarily take a form that you are super duper able to recognize right off. In other words, you might have some really strange dreams, and it's going to be up to you to interpret what that means based on your experience. I mean, you're the only one that knows what's going on in your life, really. So it's very similar to other forms of divination in that regard. Now, dream pillows, I want to talk about those because a lot of people utilize dream pillows. I have made dream pillows for other people. I made a dream pillow for myself and ended up gifting it to someone else because my husband couldn't stand the smell of it, and basically told me, if you're going to have that in the bed, I'm not going to be in the bed with you, which in retrospect might have been a good thing. But in any case, a lot of people like to have a dream pillow, and in that dream pillow they'll put a sachet of herbs, various herbs that are known to help with production of dream magic or lucid dreaming, or will help you see better clarity spirit-wise. Now, I'm going to try to, at the end of this video, insert a list of these herbs for you, but I'm going to read through them right now. This is by no means a comprehensive list. This is just a good list, and again, I got this from witchesbrew.org, but I found most of them on there, and I didn't see too many that are missing, but I'll try to add a few that I noticed that I use. Adder's tongue, agrimony, anise, camphor, celandine, cinnamon, daisy, holly, hops, lemon verbena, mandrake root, marigold, mistletoe, mugwort, which I think everybody knows, onion, peppermint, purslane, rose, St. John's wort, vervain, verbena, wormwood, and yarrow. Now, to that I will add belladonna, if you can get your hands on it. Belladonna has been known to help with that. Also, monkshood I find very useful for that, and rosemary. Now, belladonna and monkshood are both poisonous, so you need to be careful about ingesting these or burning these in like an incense. Same thing with mistletoe. It's considered a harmful herb or a baleful herb. I grow my own monkshood. I got seeds, and the seeds came with a warning to use gloves when handling, and it was interesting because they had to be cold stratified. Fortunately for me, we had a cold snap that went below freezing, or very close to freezing. Actually, I guess it didn't really go below freezing, but very close to freezing right after I planted them, and that helped to cold stratify them because now they're growing quite well. And what you can do with these is you would put these into a sachet, put this into a pillow, and you would sleep with that pillow, or sleep with that pillow near your pillow or around your pillow. Or you could just put the sachet itself of the herbs in your pillowcase, and that should aid in lucid dreaming. Now, another thing that you can utilize, which I am in the process of experimenting with myself in terms of making my own, you can buy them from other people. I believe Scarlett, those of you that are familiar with Scarlett, she, I think, makes flying ointments, and I think she said she's going to start experimenting with flying oils as well. But using a flying ointment prior to sleeping can help to aid in bringing on some of those lucid dreams. And again, belladonna, not comfrey, you know what, dadnabbit, there's an herb that you use in that, or a resin that you use that I find very helpful. Now, another thing that I like to add is an herb that you would want to use. It's really a resin. I like dragon's blood and I like frankincense for their protective purposes, because, you know, when you are utilizing Dream Magic, you are opening yourself to the spirit world, and sometimes things that are not so friendly or protective can pop their way in through there. So it's good to have something that acts as a protective barrier. I find that in that regard, rosemary is very useful, and I have my little rosemary plant that's growing. But also St. John's wort is good for that too, I think. But I cannot think of the name of that herb or resin. It starts with a C. It's mentioned in Scott Cunningham's list of original flying ointment things, and he tells you don't ever use this, but the fact of the matter is that was the original recipe, so, or the original items used, and, you know, again, you're not ingesting a flying ointment. Flying ointment should not be taken internally. They're added to the wrist or behind the ears to aid. Sometimes the spot on the chest will be utilized there, so trying to think if there's anything that I've left out. I don't think there is, but generally that is something that is also used when you are intervening in dream magic. So dream pillows, flying ointments, yeah, I think I've covered all the bases on that as far as what I want to cover. I certainly hope that I've brought you some new information or a different perspective. Again, to me, to just list that one web page with just spells for finding your lover or revealing your lover through dream magic was not adequate enough to me. To me, that does not incorporate all of dream magic. Not all of dream magic is done for love. So I think I'm getting bit by fire ants now, so I'm going to end this video, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful, well, I'm filming this prior to Labor Day weekend, so I hope you all had a wonderful Labor Day weekend, and I hope this next weekend is a wonderful weekend as well. Many bright blessings to you all, and blessed be.